Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Jennifer Urezzio, founder and spiritual director of Soul Language. And you know how I love to bring you really great people, really intimate conversations talking about goodness. So today I'm with Michelle McGlade, and we're talking about, in my words, that wow, you have everything you need to know. It's all within, the wisdom is within. And one of the specialties that Michelle kind of supports people is really in my verbiage again is unleashing that, right? To me that's aligning the voice and the heart, right? And so many of us know what we want to say, we know we want to be in the spotlight, and yet there's resistance there. So welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and support and serve and hang with you, of course.
Yay. So why do you think I'm laughing at my own question, but why do you think people don't remember or forget or don't believe that their wisdom is within? Like they got it all going on. They might need a new question or two, but really that information is within them.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things. I mean, hey, we're human, having a human experience, and there's all kinds of things that happen to us throughout our life. So certainly, it's a journey. But I also think it's the way that our society is set up, the way we run our lives. I've been talking about this a lot in a new way, and what I've been saying that's really resonating for others is that most of us are just running around literally operating from the neck up. And what has happened over time, for all the sorts of reasons I just mentioned, is that we haven't cultivated a connection with our body. We literally treat our body like it's only a vehicle to get us from point A to point B versus a communication tool.
Yeah. And when we're talking about neck up, everyone, we're not talking about neck up connected, right? And you need to be connected. Let's just be clear. You need to be connected all through that central energetic channel, which corresponds with the chakras. Okay. You can't be missing one. It's like having a song with only high notes or low notes. It's a sucky song, everyone, right? So, how do we start to tap into that wisdom of the body? How do we start to be more connected overall, body and soul, and really receive more information? Michelle, I ask always like a 4 point question. So, just answer any part of that you want.
Okay. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So the idea that we're just a vehicle is a complete missed opportunity versus looking at our body as a vehicle of communication and finding ways to stop cutting ourselves off and start getting grounded within. And that's what I'm pretty sure I heard you ask. Now, I just want to call this out that I've been in the wellness industry or alternative health in some way, shape, or form since I was 19. So this is not lost on me. I am not perfect, but yet I'm still been figuring it out. So it's available to everyone.
Right.
Um, the first is we have to fuel ourselves in a way that feels good. I'm not talking about keto diets and getting a Peloton. What I'm talking about is
Good, because I'm not doing either one of those for
no,
sure.
I don't do this. Okay. But what I am, and there are some general guiding principles of health and well-being, but what I'm really talking about is understanding what helps you feel good in your body. Okay?
Right.
So what makes me feel good is having water first thing in the morning
My God, I just
before
read
I
that. I was
have
like,
my
what? As soon as I was like, oh, I got to drink my water. As soon as, like, before it was even out of your mouth.
because I was probably thinking it and you were we were communicating. And before, but then I have my coffee and my coffee makes me feel happy
Oh, I
too.
love coffee.
Okay? Um I like to move my body, but my body doesn't necessarily need to be moved in really aggressive ways. It actually is much happier when I go out amongst and walk amongst the trees, not just in nature, but amongst the trees. That makes me feel mostly nourished. So we want to start like being observant about what it is that makes our body feel good. And it's different for everyone,
And
right?
I'm laughing because I love the taste of hazelnuts. And every time I have one, I'm like, like, hey, I'm kind of overriding the body there, right? But I get it, and I think I think so often people are told things, right? Like we're told to meditate for an hour at more time. And if you don't meditate, you're in resistance. And I'm like, yeah, I don't meditate. And everyone's like shocked. It's like, my body doesn't like to sit still like that.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not like resistance. I have warrior energy. My warrior energy likes to move and meditate. So, I'll kind of ask a question and then I'll walk the dog, or I'll ask a question and I'll wash the dishes. And
Hmm.
it's really about finding that rhythm within for each one of us. So if a person's and wait, I got another question. So what
Yeah.
happens over time when someone's really not listening to their body?
I am the statue. I have won all the awards in this area.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah. So you've asked the perfect person because I've had to overcome this several times in my life. I've worked myself literally to the point of dis-ease and diagnoses and burnout. Um, and so what happens is your body will quit on you. So that's what happens, and it will show up in different ways. So if it's not as severe, maybe you're just you've been getting signals from yourself, but instead of making changes within, you're actually making changes without. So it'll show up as pivots. Let's say in your job you're making changes every 12 to 18 months. Why is
Hmm.
that? Now, if it's more of a you've been ignoring the signals time after time after time, like me, your body will literally shut down. You will be in dis-ease or a diseased state in some way, shape, or form.
Which
Chronic
is no
pain.
fun. No fun.
Chronic pain is common. Yeah, no fun. People with a lot of autoimmune challenges, you know, basically issues in the tissues, because what's happening is you're taking it in, you're not moving it out, and you're not listening or hearing the signals.
Wow. Okay. So we're all making little checklists in our head.
Yeah.
So how do we begin to get started? Listening more, and I, I'm assuming you believe, like I believe, that anything can be reset. Listen, if the
Yep.
body's too far gone, that could be a little difficult, right? But I believe anything can be reset. So how do we start to listen, and then how do we start to reset
Mm-hmm.
what has already occurred, so to speak?
Yeah, yeah. And I want to be inspirational too, that I've been able to reset myself a number of times. So it's totally possible.
Big
And
wave.
yeah, yeah. Our body, that this is why I know this in my being. This isn't just something I read or I'm making up. Like, I know this because I've gone through this several times. Oh, and there's my little intuitive guidance coming in. So we talked about one of the areas, just nourishing your body in a way that feels good to you. And what you're going to keep hearing me say is it's not a one size fits all. So it's got to be trial and error. The second thing, and I don't want to call it meditation, I just want to call it breathing. I mean, literally, I can't tell you how many times I had to go to yoga class and hear your breath is your fuel until it really landed for me, like really landed in a way that I'm like, holy crap.
Is
Sorry.
that
I don't know if
why I
I can
kept
say
wanting?
that.
No, you could totally say, like, you
I
could
can
say
say worse.
worse. I don't care.
Literally think about it. If I'm saying that you're like so disconnected with yourself and you're operating from the head up, it literally is exhibited physically in our breathing. We stop the fuel like here,
Yeah.
and we are literally meant to fuel all the way down to our pelvic floor
This,
through our
I'm not
breath.
bored, everyone.
No, through our
I'm
breath.
taking like breaths, like,
Yeah, through
you know,
our breath.
right. And I've always had this breathing thing. Like I stopped breathing when I was a little kid for a little while. Um, so I can always feel like I need to take a deep breath. And one of the things that I've been doing lately is I've been going like, I can't do it on command, but I've been like in when you warm up for your vocal cords, you do this exercise where you kind of like move your lips, and I've been doing that a lot. And I was like, okay, honey, why am I doing this? Like, body, like, what's going on? And they're like, oh, you just need to pause and breathe. I was like, oh,
Mm.
so listen. So I have a question for you. Do you have a technique about breathing that you could share right here, right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So, um, depending on where you're at in your process, this could be something you've heard before, or you've never even tried. But I like to break things up into threes, because in numerology, threes are all about expression, and I'm all about helping people get their true voice out there. So I just wanted to put that in. So there's a reason behind what I do. But I want you to, first I tell people to break up your, like, kind of your spine from head to pelvic floor into three sections, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of in the middle, 5, 6 lower. Okay. So what I do is I have people take a breath in, move it through those areas to the count of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a slight pause, and then same on the way out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out
Okay,
through the
so
top of your head.
okay, wait, we're going to do this again.
Yes, we
Okay.
will.
So one of the things, just all about me, because I'm consciously transparent, is I hate, like, I take a breath and everyone's like, okay, do the exhale. And I've already exhaled.
Okay.
Like, I'm like,
I
what does that mean to take a breath and then 3, 4, 5? To me, it's
okay.
so foreign, no matter how many
Right.
times I hear it.
Yep. And this is going to feel awkward at first. I'm so glad you said that, because what I'm able to do at this point is I'm like pushing the breath all the way down, like I'm feeling it come in, and that's where we usually stop. So you're like, what do I do with it now? But I'm actually pushing it down. I feel it go through my stomach, and I feel my belly get really full, and then I try to push it down to my pelvic floor, and it's not going to happen if you've never done this. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's what, Jennifer, I think you're getting at, is you're going to be like, what is she talking about? This took me a while, but stick with it. Your body's not used to filling up like that.
I love that, because even if you just attempt it several times
Yeah. And your
a
stomach will
day,
your stomach will get tired. So what I have my clients do is I have them do this for nine times. That's an exercise. And I have them do it once in the morning, once at night, kind of while you're laying in bed, so that you are getting it done. I'm happy with that.
love
And
it.
it'll feel like you can't push it, but if you stick with it, you'll be able to push it down. And by the way, that this isn't the point of it, but you're clearing out, one, you're connecting with your body, you're starting to feel all the areas of your body, but you're also starting to release the emotional dust in there. And so you will notice, actually, you'll get flatter. You'll be like, am I losing weight? I don't feel as like swollen. It's because you are literally releasing emotional dust, issues in the tissues.
That alone, you want to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
who doesn't want a flatter belly? And, I'll
right.
tell you, as you get more advanced in this type of thing, the longer you're able to breathe in, and you're literally like, where is the air going? How am I able to take this much breath into me? Because it's moving into places that you can't explain. You're actually fueling your cells, and then you're fueling, that's like from a scientific, then you're fueling the vibration. Think about from a quantum physics standpoint.
I freaking love it.
So
And it's like, even though I've heard this a million times in different ways, like, I think this is the first time, like, oh, I totally get it. Right.
yeah,
Because I think people naturally assume that people are where they are with their breath, and you're not, like,
yeah,
most of us do shallow breathing every moment of every day.
yeah. I find this just, it's like I said, it's really integrated for me. It's taken me a long time to really absorb what that means. But I think the vehicle idea is helpful for people. It's not just that we treat our bodies to take us from point A to point B, but we just think about it like a mechanical being, and we're not. We're a vibrational being.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. So you've given us so many good stuff. Can you give out where people can connect with you more, please?
Absolutely. So I like to hang out on LinkedIn, and my name's pretty unique. So you can find me there and connect, or follow, or both. Send me a message. And I also have a website, michellemcglade.com.
Beautiful. And what is the one thing you want people to remember from our conversation today?
That you have the power inside of you.
Love it.
Mm.
And you made it very clear, the more we breathe, the more power we have access to. So
That's right.
thank you so much. Thank you, Michelle, so much. I thoroughly enjoyed myself today, and
Yay.
I feel like I have more breath. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone, this is Jennifer Urezzio, founder and spiritual director of Soul Language, and you can learn more about me at soullanguage.us. Bye for now, everyone.